This one chopped on the ground by Lyle. Charging is Florence. His throw across the diamond in time to retire the Night Owls designated hitter. That's how the Bells go down in the first. It's a 3-0 lead for Nanaimo as we go to the second here in Bellingham. So here we go into the second inning here at Joe Martin Field. 3-0 lead for the Nanaimo Night Owls. Lathan Haywood back out onto the mound after a bit of a bumpy first inning. Nearly saw the entire order of the Night Owls, but will now face the 9-1-2 hitters. So Haywood's set here to face his first batter of a new frame. And it's almost his third hit by pitch of the game. But this one up and inside, and luckily the batter able to get out of the way. That one is strike one in there, so the first strike in on his new batter faced. Ball and a strike for Lathan Haywood, a Stetson product. Other famous Stetson pitchers include Logan Gilbert, Jacob deGrom, Ty Van Dyke, former Bellingham Bell, Ty Van Dyke. 1-2, as that one's low for ball two. So 2 balls and 2 strikes against Haywood's first batter faced. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Haywood gets the punch out. A strikeout to start the top of the second inning, and it's back-to-back Ks for Lathan Haywood. Chang will have his second at-bat of the game. Zia Chang walked in his first at-bat. First pitch is low. Ball and no strikes. As Haywood's pitch is home, there's a swing and a miss. Strike one. One and one. Two balls, one strike. Haywood set with one out, comes home. Swing and a miss upstairs for strike two. Haywood punch out his first bat of the inning, now in a 2-2. Forces a weak fly up into left field. Peschke, the shortstop, back a couple steps into the grass to make the catch. Third batter in the inning, Talon Zank. Ball one to the Night Owl center fielder. Ball and no strikes on Zank as Haywood comes home. There's a swing and a foul tip for strike one. Ball and a strike, and there's 2-1 now. Two and one pitch misses inside. 3-1 now on Zeng. Haywood looking for a 1-2-3 inning after the long first. Get him back on track. There's a swing and a miss. Strike two, and now a full count. Three balls, two strikes. Haywood with 2 outs comes home. That's on the ground of the third baseman. Rusko gets it on a couple hops. His throw to Churchill is in time, and it's a 1-2-3 tossed by Haywood. We go to the bottom of 2 here at Joe Martin Field. Bottom of the second here at Joe Martin Field, and Bryce Johnson to lead it off for your Bellingham Bells. 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up here for the Bells. Mention if you're tuning in, we got a lot of places you can tune in tonight. Usual West Coast League Live is still live streaming as is. Mixler still live streaming as is. We're trying out something new, trying to figure out how to get a YouTube stream up. Obviously, there's going to be some technical difficulties that come with that, so appreciate you bearing with us on that. But plenty of ways to catch this ball game if you want to switch between either or. Ball on a strike as Johnson hits it on the ground of the shortstop. Backhand play by Sabero. It's a one hopper to first that Hayes has in time to retire Johnson. Dylan Moss now up. He ropes this one to left, but foul just by a couple feet. This one hit now in play by Moss, but fielded by the pitcher. He'll throw to first to retire the Bells catcher.
Next up for the Bells, from UCLA, shortstop, number 22, Tyler Peschke.
Tyler Peschke comes to the plate. Bells shortstop batting 7th in the order tonight. Peschke in an 0-1 count. No balls and a strike to Peschke as that slider goes outside for ball one. One outside, and that's ball two on a miss. Here's a 2-1 to Peschke. That misses. It's 3 straight misses, 3-1. Three-one pitch, swing and a miss from Peschke. Strike two and a full count. Trying to avoid the 1-2-3 frame. Cesar Corrales Jr. posted the first inning scoreless after surrendering the leadoff runner via the single, but Bell stranded him. Now 2 up, 2 down in the second. Three-two. Peschke hits it out to center field. And Zenk will have it for the third out. So we go to the third. It's a 3-0 lead for Nanaimo here in Bellingham. Into the top of the third inning here at Joe Martin Field. Nathan Haywood on the bump for his third inning of a start. Had a nice scoreless second inning after getting tagged for 3 runs in the first. First pitch swinging. This one sent into left center field. Schinkel calling it off. And he'll make the play for the Bells.
Next up for Nanaimo, number 28, Jacob Hayes.
So now Jacob Hayes to the plate. Drove in a run on his fielder's choice, beaten out in double play ball in his last at-bat. Haywood set with 1 out as his pitch goes. That slider misses away for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. This one missing low, and 2 straight misses from Haywood. Gave up 2 hits. A walk and 2 hit by pitches in the first that went on to allow 3 runs to score for Nanaimo. The 2-0 hit on the ground past a diving Rusco at third and into left field for a base hit for Nanaimo.
Next up for the NightOwls, number 17, Davis Downer.
Davis Downer comes to the plate. RBI single back in the first. Run off for first with 1 out. First pitch taken for strike 1. Here's an 0-1, chopped on the ground to Rusco. He'll go to second for 1. Alexander, the throw to first, not in time. Downer beats out the double play chance, and he'll be on base on the fielder's choice. Francis Sabero now comes up after grounding out to Aspen Alexander at second base in his first at-bat with the NightOwls. The shortstop playing in his first game. Now Regier is out of the Bells dugout, chatting about the play at first. I think he's saying that maybe the runner touched the wrong base. College baseball now with the orange base on the first base line. It's a safety feature. Runner is supposed to run on the orange one while the fielders get the white bag in college baseball. Some discussion going on here between the Bells manager. And he is safe. So a good try from the Bells head coach, but unsuccessful to overturn anything. And now Haywood will face off against Sabero, the shortstop. Ball, no strikes as the runner goes. It's fouled off. The runner will have to head back to first base. Downer was trying to take second. Haywood set with a ball and a strike. Downer staying this time as the pitch misses for ball 2. Two and 1 count on Downer. On Sabero. Pickoff throw trying to get Downer. It's unsuccessful. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 on the outside. It's called for a strike, I believe. Haywood set with 2 outs, looking for another scoreless frame after the 3-run first. That on the outside, that's ball 3. So now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2 payoff pitch. Runner going, and it's called strike 3. Haywood gets the punch out. Has another scoreless inning. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 3-0 Night Owls. Bottom of the third inning here at Joe Martin Field. 3-0 lead for the Nanaimo Night Owls as Aspen Alexander leads off for the Bellingham Bells. Takes the first ball from Cesar Corrales Jr., the starting pitcher for the Night Owls. That one in there for strike 1 on Alexander. You take a look at the starting pitcher for Nanaimo. Corrales Jr., a sophomore from Golden West College. Only pitched 4 2/3 innings this year. He was tagged for 8 runs in that time. Alexander takes a breaking pitch outside. Corrales Jr. spent his freshman year at Long Beach City College. Alexander hits this on the ground to the third baseman Florence, who gloves it. His throw across to Hayes retires Alexander for the first out in the bottom of the third. Tristan Schaefer now to come up for Bellingham. Bottom of the order hitter for the Bells. Top of the order, Bo Schinkel on deck. Schaefer had made most of the starts, or in fact all the starts, at center field for Bellingham until Bo Schinkel arrived. First pitch swinging, hits it up the middle for a base knock. And Schaefer's got a 1-out single as the Bells' second hit off of Corrales Jr. That brings up Bo Schinkel, the only other hit for Bellingham so far. Single and a steal in the first, but was left on base. Bells trailing 3-0 and would love to start chipping away. This hit on the ground. Second baseman Shojinaga can't get it, and now Schaefer makes the turn heading for third. Downer's throw to the third base bag is late, and there'll be runners on the corners after the error puts Schinkel on first base.
Bells, third baseman number 11, Ty Rusco.
Ty Rusco, the third baseman, now up. Chance to drive in some runs here as the Bells trail 3-0, looking to get on the scoreboard. Rusco 0 of 1 so far in this game. Now a chance to get Bellingham on the scoreboard for the first time here on this Tuesday night. First and third for the Bells. That one is dropped in there for ball one. Right-hander's pitch to Rusco misses for 2 straight times. Matt Churchill is on deck if Rusco avoids the inning-ending double play. One of the Bells' best hitters so far early in the season. Rusco trying to get a good bat, though, before that to try and continue this third inning rally. 3 straight misses to the Bells' third baseman. Three balls and no strikes. That pitch is ball 4, and 4 straight misses for a 4-pitch walk to Ty Rusco. Loads the bases. So with 1 out, Churchill up looking to do damage. And he's technically the winning run, or the go-ahead run, here in the third inning. The Bells trailing by 3, but the base is loaded. Churchill flew out to left field, just got under one in his last time up. Two straight strikes dropped in there on the Bells' first baseman. Now 0-2 is the count. Oh, 2 just misses outside. Good take by Churchill. Ball 1. Jake Lyle is on deck. 1 out in the inning. Bells down by 3, but 3 runners on the base paths. Corrales, the most traffic he's faced so far early in his start. So he pitches home to Churchill. Half-hearted swing, just chopped up into the infield. It's bobbled by Florence, and everyone's going to be safe. One run in for the Bells off what they're going to score an error on Florence. Tough play. And with 1 out, Jake Lyle comes to the dish, looking for a big swing here. He had that sacrifice fly that walked off the Apple Sox in the final game. And before he faces Corrales Jr., there will be a mound visit. So Schaefer came in to score on the run. Schinkel's now up to third. Rusco behind him at second, and Churchill at first. Off 2 errors in the inning. Corrales Jr. with some traffic, and he's talking with the Nanaimo NightOwls pitching coach, Gorman Heimuller. Heimuller and him sharing a high school alma mater, St. Bernard's High School down in California. Both graduated from it. Of course, bit of time between, but both graduates of it. So Jake Lyle to the plate. 1 out in the inning, bases loaded. First pitch swinging, hits it on the ground to the shortstop. Could be 2. The underhand tosses Shojinaga, and then over to first for the double play. It's a 6-4-3 to finish off the third inning. Bells get 1 back. It's 3-1 as we go to the 4th. Into the fourth inning we go here at Joe Martin Field. 3-1 now is your score. Bellingham ticked away a 1 in the bottom of the third, but overall still left 3 runners on the base paths after a bases-loaded double play to finish off the third. Now here in the fourth, Kyler Shojinaga leads it off. Freshman from Hawaii Pacific, making his second at-bat after being hit by a pitch. He checks around for strike 1 to start the at-bat here in the fourth. Haywood has settled in after the 3-run first inning. It was a bit of a messy one with a walk, single hit batter, loading the bases, and then a fielder's choice bringing in the first run of the game. Night Owls then brought 2 more runs in. Shojinaga after taking ball 1 now and a 1-1 count. That one fouled away. There is strike 3 dropped in there by Haywood. He's got a couple looking. It's his third punch out with the backwards K, and it starts off the fourth with a strikeout. He's done that in the second and now fourth innings, and he's got 4 Ks to his name. Ryder Florence, the third baseman, now up. First pitch swinging off the inside of the bat into shallow center for Bo Schinkel. That'll be the second out.
Now batting for Nanaimo, number 50, Clark Springs.
Clark Springs, the catcher, now up. Struck out swinging in his last at-bat. Led off the second with that K. Now Haywood dealing with 2 outs in the inning, gets a swing and a miss for strike 1 on Springs. Oh and 1 low and inside pitch for ball 1. Haywood asking where. Set now from the first base side of the rubber with 2 outs pitching. The 1-1 swing and a miss for strike 2. Here's a 1-2 pitch now. That one dropped in there, strike 3. Haywood another looking K. 2 of them in the inning, and it's 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth inning at Joe Martin Field, Bryce Johnson to lead it off for Bellingham, down 3-1. Here in game 1 of 3 between the Bellingham Bells and the Nanaimo NightOwls. Cesar Corrales Jr. still on the bump. Swinging foul ball from Johnson for strike 1. Johnson swings at this one, lines it out to left field. It's going to drop in for a base hit right in front of Chang. For a second thought he might have had to dive to get to that one, but it'll be a single for Johnson and a leadoff base knock, bringing the tying run to the plate in Dylan Moss. Moss, the catcher, grounded out to the pitcher. Looking like a highlighter with those neon yellow accessories he's wearing on his left foot, left elbow. Shin and foot guard, the elbow guard, bright yellow. Contrasts nicely. Maybe he's a Ronald Acuna fan. 1-0, swinging pop-up, towering into the infield for the shortstop, Severo, who makes the play, and that'll be the first out.
Now batting for the Bells, number 22, Tyler Peschke.
Tyler Peschke now comes up for Bellingham. The shortstop flew out to center field his first time. Peschke taking the first pitch for ball 1. Last time up, flew out to center, so try and put the ball in play and get himself on base. Bryce Johnson after the leadoff single, trying not to be wasted. Peschke swings through strike 2. This one on the ground to the shortstop. Severo to second for 1. Throw to first, and it's a double play. Peschke hits into the 6-4-3. We head into the 5th. It's 3-1 to Nanaimo. This game going by quickly here at Joe Martin Field. Back here into the 5th inning now at Joe Martin Field. 3-1 your score, Nanaimo leading Bellingham. If you're tuning in tonight, well, you're probably tuning in a lot of different ways. We've got a YouTube stream up tonight. We've got the West Coast League live app stream. We've got our Mixler stream. Hopefully you're listening or watching one of them. The YouTube stream, this is the first ever one that we're trying out. It's a work in progress. Imagine you've probably been with us for a couple of the hiccups here in this first game, but we're trying to get you a nice stream, and hopefully by the end of this 6-game homestand, we've got a perfect one to get you through the rest of the season. But just trying to bring high-quality streaming to, our team. I feel like we could level things up. We're the Bellingham Bells, and just trying to make sure that we can get this baseball out to you guys in the best way possible. So Lathan Haywood out here for the 5th inning. It is the top of the order, and Zia Chang, who is 0 of 1, fly out to center, and a walk. Haywood has settled in really nicely after the 3-run first inning tagged against him. That's strike 2 called. He has now gotten himself up to 5 Ks and only just 1 hit allowed since the first. Hasn't walked a batter in that time or hit one either. As the 2-2 is fouled away.
Yikes. That's one way to get in the hot water. For the relaxing time, just call Baron Foam.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Haywood set. Here's his pitch. Off the inside of his bat to Peschke at 1 hop for the shortstop. Has to make the quick throw as it was a slow hopper. And they do retire Chang via the 6-3 ground out.
Number 3, Talon Zink.
Talon Zink comes to the dish, 1 of 2 in this game. The hit and a run scored. Both those back in the first inning. Grounded out to third in his last at-bat. That one up and inside, and it hit him. Third hit batter that Haywood has allowed here in this start, and
Number 23, Ethan Reynolds.
a small blemish to what has been a really solid last 4 innings, or 3 1/3. Dylan Moss calling for time and goes up to Lathan Haywood. Stetson was 23 and 32 this year. First year where Haywood was a member of the Hatters. Plenty of Stetson players to pass through Bellingham Bell's organization these last couple of years. Ty Van Dyke, of course, one of the most notable ones. Johan Desseralt. Pretty high mark for him as well. Haywood now settled with 1 out, 1 on first. This one on the ground. Peschke, a sliding stop at short. Long throw across the diamond, but offline. Drew Churchill up towards left field, and that'll be an infield hit. Good job by Peschke to even get to that one. But it will have runners on first and second base for the Night Owls, with Jacob Hayes rocking a 1 of 2 night with a run driven in and a run scored. Hayes takes the first pitch outside for a called ball 1. That pickoff move back to second base has the runner there safely where Zenk is. Good speed at second. Ball and no strikes. Haywood, runner going. This one is bounced and no throw. Double steal for the Night Owls. Take away the force out double play chance and put 2 up into scoring position for the Night Owls in a 2-0 count against Jacob Hayes. Who can hurt you? Hayes was in the West Coast League last year, a all-star, after having 39 runs driven in 49 games with the Night Owls. Power hitter out of Azusa Pacific University in his collegiate career. 19 homers as a freshman, 15 this past year. That ball got away from Moss for a second, but nothing for the runners to advance. So it's now 3 balls and no strikes. This was his 3rd year at Azusa Pacific after redshirting as a true freshman. He will look at strike 1. So now 3 balls and a strike against Hayes. 44 RBI with APU this year. Azusa Pacific 26 and 30 this year, and a 23 and 21 Pac West record. 3 balls and a strike as Haywood comes set. And the right-hander with 2 in scoring position comes home and misses for ball 4. 5-pitch walk to Hayes that loads the bases. So this inning looking similar to that 3-run frame. They got the Night Owls 3 early runs. We have a hit by pitch, a walk, and a single of 3 of the first 4 batters faced, and that was the same case back in the first where Haywood walked his first batter, gave up a hit, and then hit a batter to load the bases. At least he's gotten out to his name this time to start with. And a force out at every bag or plate. But Davis Downer, who already has 2 runs driven in this game on a single back in that first inning, can do damage. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the third, beating out a potential double play. Moss uses another mound visit to talk to Haywood. Downer had 54 runs driven in with Everett Community College this year. 54 games as well, so perfect 1-to-1 ratio there for games played and runs driven in as a Trojan. Second year as a Trojan, and Everett had a good year, 43 and 11, went 25 and 5 in the NWAC North. First pitch to Downer is low for ball 1. Haywood with the miss. Ball and no strikes. That one bounced. And a good block by Moss. Two balls and no strikes. The pitch to Downer popped up and out of play for strike 1. Downer out of Odeya High School. Powerhouse athletically. Think of Paolo Banchero coming out of there. Of course, basketball, not baseball, but Downer taking ball 3 low. So 3 balls and a strike. Haywood nowhere to place the runner with the bases loaded for the Night Owls. Already a 3-1 lead for Nanaimo. Haywood's set with 3-1. Missed it as he bounced it, and now a run will come in to score on a bases loaded walk issued by Haywood, and that is going to pull the rug out under Haywood. Alan Regier is out of the Bells dugout. He had a nice second, third, and fourth, but things have started to slip for Haywood here in the 5th. He'll exit with the bases loaded, 4 runs already against his name, 5 strikeouts to his book. And we'll step away as Braden Blackwell gets ready to warm up and take the mound for the Bells in a bases-loaded jam. Back here in Bellingham, it's midway through the 5th inning, 1 out, and the Bells have a new pitcher. Bases are loaded after Lathan Haywood exits 4 1/3 innings of his start. And trying to escape the jam will be Braden Blackwell, a junior from the University of Puget Sound. Has them all loaded up, 1 out, and a 4-1 lead already for Nanaimo. Sabero, the shortstop out of the Dominican Republic, taking ball 1. Sparrow has spent the last 3 years with the University of Pikeville. Hit .288 this year, had 31 runs driven in on his 40 hits in 44 games. Take strike 1, so now 1 ball, 1 strike count. A lot of U-Pike players on this Night Owl team. Of course, that's because their head coach, Cody Andrzejczyk, currently the head coach of U-Pike, NAIA program in Pikeville, Kentucky. Thought about that one, but laid off, so 2-1 against the lefty hitting shortstop in Blackwell's first inning of relief. Looking for 2 outs here without any more runs surrendered for the right-hander who comes set. Throws his 2-1 home. Inside, ball 3. Nowhere to place Sabero, already back-to-back walks issued by Haywood that pulled him out of this game, and now Blackwell behind 3-1. Blackwell's 3-1. Low, called, strike 2. Late strike call, but a strike call nonetheless, so now a full count. Blackwell's got a chance to retire the batter. Double play gets the Bells out of it. Bases loaded up for the Night Owls. Blackwell setting a 3-2. Here's his pitch. And that one is going to be ball 4. It's a bases loaded walk once more for the Night Owls. That gets them their second run in the inning as Reynolds comes in to score. Now up for the Night Owls, still with only 1 out, is the second baseman Kyler Shojinaga. Shojinaga, initially from Moanalua High School in Honolulu, Hawaii. Was all Hawaii State Honorable Mention through in his career one time. Just a freshman at Hawaii Pacific this year. Only got 23 at-bats, picked up 4 hits as a true freshman. Part of a Hawaii Pacific team that was 27-21 this year with a 25-17 record in the Pac West. Blackwell gets strike 1, so now 1 ball and a strike against the righty batting second baseman of the Night Owls, wearing the number 6. One and one off the inside, ball 2 called. Bases loaded up for Nanaimo. Blackwell in of a relief outing here. Taking over with 1 out. This one shot out to right field. Bryce Johnson backing up on it. He'll make the catch, runner tagging. Johnson's throw going all the way to the plate. Draws Moss up the line. And that'll be a sacrifice fly for the Night Owls.
Next up for Nanaimo, number 2, Ryder Florence.
So Hayes in to score on the sac fly by Shojinaga. Downer also moved up to third base. Runners on the corners for the Night Owls for Ryder Florence, the third baseman. It's now 6-1 Night Owls with 3 runs across in this inning, all of them credited against Haywood. The last batter against Haywood is Downer at third with 2 outs, a pickoff move to first. All of these runs going as earned runs as well. Bell's defense, no errors in the game. Blackwell's 2-out pitch is a slider. And it's ball one. Ball and no strikes on Florence. He takes that one for called strike one. Florence, a sophomore from Scottsdale Community College. In his third summer with Nanaimo, played 33 games last year, 25 in 2024. 1-1 count with runners on the corners for his Night Owls. That one wide for ball two. Florence, a 297 average in 50 games this year. Here's a 2-1 from Blackwell. That off the inside of his bat. Alexander to his left, bobbles for a sec. Now throws to Churchill in time for the third out. So 3 runs coming to score. It's 6-1 Nanaimo as we go to the bottom of the 5th. The dinger run taking place here at Joe Martin Field. So bottom of the 5th we go. The dinger run. What a fun thing. I'm sure you saw it across your screen if you're watching the visual version of our live broadcast. It's a thing we do every game in between the top of the 5th and the bottom of the 5th. Our mascot, Dinger, runs across the field with a bunch of kids. You can go. It doesn't just have to be the kids. Parents can run with them as well. I've always wanted to run it. Obviously, I've got something else doing when it happens. And I'd be out of breath, I think, if I came back up here in the bottom of the 5th. But it's still one of the most fun things. That's just what you get in these small baseball towns, whether it's West Coast League, minor league, independent league. You just have some of those unique nuggets of traditions that teams do, and ours is the dinger run. Aspen Alexander leading off the bottom of the 5th for Bellingham, 0-2 against the second baseman. It is Joshua Rigo on the mound for these Night Owls, a lefty, a Hawaiian as well. Alexander taking ball one. So it finishes the night for Cesar Corrales Jr. 4 innings of 1-run ball. It's an unearned run against him. 3 hits and a walk allowed over his 4 innings. No punch-outs for him. Rigo just dancing around the strike zone looking for his first punch-out as the lefty misses 2 straight times, so now 2-0. So now 2-2 The pitch to Alexander. He swings, pops it up into left center field. It'll be the left fielder Chang with the grab.
Next up for the Bells, left fielder number 5,
The left fielder Tristan Schaefer for the Bells comes to the plate after having a single and a run scored in the third. It's a 6-1 lead for Nanaimo. The blistering start to their season, 6-3 on the year. Most recently picked up a series win over Edmonton. That was after the Riverhawks took the first game of the series, as this is bunted down by Schaefer, and he just can't beat it down the line, trying to bunt for a base hit. And he is retired via the pitcher, and now 2 up, 2 down to the top of the order for Bo Schinkel. Riverhawks took game 1 against Nanaimo 16-9, but then the Night Owls bounced back with a 3-0 win and a getaway 7-6 win over the Riverhawks to send them down here to Bellingham after a Monday off. Had that Monday to travel down. Edmonton, the hardest travel destination in the West Coast League. It's the farthest team from any other team in the West Coast League based off of distance. It's kind of like when you think about football teams and having to come to Seattle. You wouldn't think it's a long way, but there's no teams that's really close up here in the Pacific Northwest. One ball and a strike on Bo Schinkel. Single and reached on an error. He's been left on base both times. Fouls this one off for strike 2.
Foul ball, but don't let your plumbing go foul. Call Barron Plumbing today and schedule your service.
Here's a 1-2 pitch to Schinkel. Misses high. Ball 2. Getting our first look at Bo Schinkel in a Bells uniform at home. Played in all 3 games at Springfield. But the junior from Gonzaga here in his home debut. Two nearly got him up and in. Some high cheese got the center fielder dipping out of the way for a ball 3 and a full count on him. Schinkel hit .288 this year with Gonzaga. A 3-2 pitch to him. Swing and a miss. It's a strikeout, and that's how the 5th will be finished. It's 6-1 going into the 6th. Nanaimo on top of Bellingham.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells.
Hey, this is Braden Blackwell. You're listening to the Bells Radio. Go Bells.
Back here in Bellingham for the 6th inning of our ball game. 8:01 on the clock, and we're already into the 6th inning. It's been the Night Owls all over. 6-1 lead over your Bells, as Braden Blackwell is out for his first free inning of relief. Had to inherit the bases loaded in the 5th and saw 3 runs score in that inning, 2 off of when he was pitching, but those all credited against Lathan Haywood. So the Bells starter final line looks like this. 4 1/3 pitched, 4 hits given up, 3 walks, 3 hit by pitches issued, and 6 earned runs against him. Haywood struck out 5, had a beautiful 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings. But got tagged with 3 in the 1st and 3 in the 5th. So Blackwell out onto the mound after issuing 1 walk and picking up 2 outs after getting strike 1 on a foul ball, as a swinging foul tip for strike 1. No balls and 2-strike pitch as Blackwell bounces it for ball 1. Bit of a cooler day here at Joe Martin Field. Always tough to hit in this ballpark, but on cool nights like this, the wind blowing in, hitters really struggle to get any base knocks. We've seen 7 between these two squads so far today. As Blackwell throws, this is fouled off of his own foot, so it'll just be a strike, so 1-2. Clark Springs at the plate trying to avoid another strikeout. He's 0 of 2 with 2 punch-outs, both coming against Haywood. Now his first time facing a non-Haywood pitcher in Blackwell. First one out of the pen for Bellingham. Here's his 1-2. Hits this off the edge of his bat, up the middle. Peschke has it, and the shortstop able to make the play for the first out in the 6th. A slow roller, but they get the catcher down the first base line, and that's 1 out. Flips the lineup card over for these Night Owls, and for the 4th time already here in the 6th inning, making his 4th at-bat, is Zia Chang. Chang has walked and has been retired via a flyout and a ground out today. Chang also out of the Hawaii Pacific University, same as Night Owls' second baseman, Kyler Shojinaga. Chang, though, this year got 71 at-bats, hit .324 in that time. 6 doubles, 2 triples, and a homer. After taking ball 1 against Blackwell, swings through, strike 1. Chang didn't play his freshman season with HBU. This year was his sophomore year. Decided to stay local after growing up in Kahului on Hawaii in Maui. Blackwell missing ball 2 away to him. Right-handed batting left fielder wearing the number 22 ahead in the count 2-1. Two-one pitch, chopped on the ground left side and fouled just before it got to Peschke. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as Blackwell looks to chase his first strikeout. Two balls, 2 strikes as back into the batter's box goes Chang. Blackwell set with 1 out. Here's a right-hander's pitch. Hit foul by Chang, and he'll see another. Blackwell on the mound, also initially from Honolulu, Hawaii, so a couple of Hawaiians going at it. Blackwell, though, spending his time at UPS down in Tacoma. This is popped up into the air, right side. Alexander, the second baseman, calling off Churchill, and Alexander makes the play. That'll be the second out in the inning. Blackwell has tossed 4 1/3 so far for Bellingham in this young season, over 2 appearances he's made. He's given up 3 walks, 3 hits, and 2 runs against him for a .415 ERA. Just 2 punch-outs for the right-hander as he faces a former All-Star in Talon Zank, one of 2 All-Stars returning to this Nanaimo squad this year, along with Jacob Hayes. Zank played like an All-Star this year for Everett Community College. .306 average, along with getting on base, had 46 steals, 54 runs, playing his role in all 54 games he played. Came after a freshman year where he hit .301 with 33 steals and 38 runs in 51 games. As Blackwell on the mound, delivers a 2-0. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Two balls and a strike on Talon Zank. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Swings through, strike 2. Blackwell blows it by him at 85. 6-1 lead for Nanaimo. 3 in the first, 3 in the fifth. Bell's 1 run came in the third. Two ball, 2 strike count. As Blackwell's pitch is taken up and in for ball 3. Three-two the count now as the pitch comes home. Breaking ball that Zink does not chase. Well-worked walk for Zink, who is now on base for the 3rd time tonight. Single hit by pitch and now a walk drawn. It extends the 6th inning to Reynolds, and it pulls the trigger on Braden Blackwell after retiring. For the 6 batters he faces, pulled out after just over 30 pitches. Bells go to their bullpen. You're in a 6-1 ball game. We'll be right back.
Up to the plate for the NightOwls.
So the new arm onto the mound for Bellingham is Kenneth Johnson, making his 3rd appearance for Bellingham. He has 1 start under him, but a total of 3 innings pitched. He's been hit hard so far. 6 hits given up for 8 earned runs against Johnson. As he takes over here with 2 outs in the 6th, the runner at first. Plenty of speed with Zank as well. We mentioned all the steals this year. And on a check swing that Reynolds didn't want to have, it knocked off the bat for a foul ball and strike 1. This is the first look we're getting at Kenneth Johnson at home. Both appearances have been on the road at Kelowna and Springfield. Johnson, a senior from Ottawa University. Pickoff throw back to first base where the speedy Zank is at. First baseman stole 3rd in the 5th inning. Maybe looking to swipe 2nd here with 2 outs. But the big hitter, Ethan Reynolds at the plate, and Jacob Hayes on deck. Reynolds already hitting this one. There goes Zank. Moss's throw down to first is up the line and into center field. And Zank will be safe on the steal. And no more advance than that. So Reynolds back into that batter's box in a 1-1 count, 2 outs. Johnson's pitch from the mound and a 1-1 misses high. 2 balls and a strike for Johnson with 2 outs as his pitch is high again. That time at 83 and now 3-1. So 3 balls and a strike on Reynolds, the DH. First batter that Kenneth Johnson facing out of the bullpen. It's 3-1, is hit up into the air. Playable for Churchill near the Bells dugout and right in foul territory. Makes the catch on the right side for the 3rd out. So we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 6-1. Nanaimo still leading. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Bellingham. Ty Rusko to lead it off for your Bells. Got a big mountain to climb, down by 5 as we enter the bottom of the 6th. Ty Rusko, Matt Churchill, and Jake Lyle coming to the dish for your Bells. Rusko 0-1 with a walk. Rigo still on the mound for the Night Owls. As he pitches home, Rusko flashes a bunt, pulled it back, and it was ball 1 low. Rigo pitching home and missing, low and away that time for ball 2. Rusko, a junior from Lewis Clark State College, just 9 hits and 21 at-bats this year. That one up and in on ball 3 to him. Started his career at Skagit Valley Community College, just down south on I-5, down in the Mount Vernon, Burlington area. Here's a 3-0 pitch to the Bells' third baseman, and it's bounced in the dirt. Leadoff walk to Rusko. Bells will try not to waste him. Left the leadoff man who reached in the 1st inning on base and in the 4th. Bells' 1-run 3rd inning came after Schaefer reached as a second batter in the inning. Now Matt Churchill's up, working a rare 0-2 start to this ball game. The great season that he's had, as there's 5 straight misses from Rigo. Now it might be a time for Night Owls pitching coach to head out there. That'll be exactly what pitching coach Gorman Heimmuller does. Legendary coach up there to talk with Rigo, talk about pitching coach legends, 2 of the best in the West Coast League on each side of this infield. Jim Clem of the Bells, Gorman Heimmuller of the Night Owls. I was told by the Night Owls head coach, Cody Andrzejczyk, that this is Gorman Heimmuller's 50th year in baseball. 50th year. He spent 34 combined years as a pitching coach or coordinator for Minnesota Twins, Los Angeles Dodgers, Philadelphia Phillies, and San Diego Padres. That came after a pro ball career where he signed in 1977. Debuted in 1983 on July 12th. Played 2 major league seasons in 83 and 84 with the Oakland A's. He's now found his home after being one of the cuts in the COVID season of the Padres staff, has now found a home up here in the West Coast League with the Night Owls, who had their first year in 2022. Mueller was the guy ever since. Pat Churchill's in a 2-1 count after that strike called against him. Churchill swings, pops this up off the right side and out of play. It'll be a foul ball. So Churchill ready for a 2-2. Rigo delivers it and gets called strike 3. That'll be the first out in the inning. It's a strikeout looking for Joshua Rigo, his first punch out. Now Jake Lau to the plate. Lyle, the catcher out of Loyola Marymount. One out pitch to Lyle. Now a back pick throw. Rusco diving back in time. That was bang bang. Good play by the catcher Springs to try and get the base runner lacking. Lyle so far a .250 average through 5 games with the Bells. He's 5 of 20 at the plate with 6 runs driven in. And of his 5 hits, 2 doubles and a homer. Swings and misses at strike 1. He has struck out 4 times at the plate. One ball and a strike on the Bells' designated hitter tonight. Lefty pitcher home to the right-handed batter. That one bouncing in the dirt. And ball 2. Leadoff walk from Rusco, still at first. Lyle with a pair of groundouts, last time hit into a double play. Trying to avoid that from ending the inning here in the 6th. Here's his 2-1 to him. And it's a ball 3 miss low. So 3 balls and a strike. (3-1). And that is fouled away for strike 2. Full count on Jake Lyle here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. 6-1 lead for the Nanaimo Night Owls. It's been a quiet day on offense for the Bells. Nanaimo has figured out a way to string through some 3-run innings with the help of some walks and hit by pitches, but Bellingham has not been given those same free passes. Lyle sprays this one out to right field, but it's playable for Downer, who will squeeze it, and Rusco heads back to first base. 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. Bryce Johnson comes to the plate. Bell's right fielder has a hit and a ground out to his name in this one. Local guy out of Meridian High School. With 2 outs, it gets pitched low and inside for ball 1. One and 0 misses high. Ball 2 on Johnson. Bryce Johnson back in Bellingham after a big breakout year with Lewis Clark State College. Came with the Bells when he was still a Skagit Valley Cardinal in 2024. He was heading into his first year at LC State, transitioning after the 2024 season with Skagit Valley, where he was a Gold Glove and second team all NWAC North Region selection. After 3 straight misses, finally sees a strike. Played in 4 games that following year with LC State in 2025. This year, got the runway of 50 games and delivered. .503 slug with 42 runs driven in. This one chopped on the ground by him to the third baseman, Florence. Play at second for the force out, and that will end the sixth. It's a 6-1 lead for Nanaimo as we go to the seventh inning here at Joe Martin Field. Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with local industrial credit union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service, and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells.
This is Kenneth Johnson. You're listening to Bells Radio. Go Bells.
So top of the seventh inning at Joe Martin Field here in Bellingham, Washington. It's a 6-1 lead for the visiting Nanaimo NightOwls. Game 1 of 3 between these two North Division foes. Tomorrow, 6:35 first pitch, as is Thursday. Bells have a 6-game homestand getting started here tonight. They'll face the Portland Pickles in a championship rematch over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those 3 games all starting at different times. Friday's game at 4:35, Saturdays at 6:35, Sundays at 1:35. But all the games against the NightOwls starting at 6:35 Pacific time here in Bellingham. As Kenneth Johnson is back up onto the bump here in the 7th for Bellingham. He took over for the final out in the 6th, relieving Braden Blackwell. No kick and deal to Jacob Hayes as the heart of this NightOwls order comes up to bat. And Hayes is out in front of a breaking pitch, swinging through strike 1. Oh, 1, and that breaking pitch is bounced in the opposite-handed batter's box for a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Hayes in this game, a hit and a walk. He's also been on base via the fielder's choice. Has done a lot. 2 runs scored and a run driven in. It's part of the 6 runs Nanaimo has scored in this ball game. Have them in front of the Bells, 6-1. 2-1 pitch. This is hammered out to center. Sprinting back is Schinkel. He's got to turn and watch it fly over his head. It hops up against the right center field wall, and Hayes is into second base with an easy stand-up double. That's how the 7th inning gets started. It's the NightOwls' 5th hit of the night. First one for extra bases. And it tags Kenneth Johnson for a leadoff double that puts a runner in scoring position ahead of his at-bat against Davis Downer. This heart of the order can hurt you for the NightOwls. Downer and Hayes, along with Reynolds, have proved that. Downer himself, 3 runs driven in. Single fielder's choice and a walk in this game. Just like Hayes, has touched first base every time he's come to plate. Now we'll have a runner at second. Already a 6-1 lead for Nanaimo. Down to the right fielder facing Johnson. As Kenneth Johnson looks back at second, throws home. Just on the outside, it's called away for ball 1. One ball and no strikes as Kenneth Johnson set. There's the breaking pitch, drops in the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Nanaimo NightOwls still a young West Coast League team. Were first announced in 2020, first debuted after the COVID seasons and COVID years in 2022. So they are yet to have any MLB alumni. I do have 2 players in affiliated ball. There's a swing and a miss from Downer. Connor Cascanetti and Hayden Cuthbertson both an affiliated ball. Coming up through the Miami Marlins pipeline. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Downer. Johnson, after the leadoff double, looking for an out. Get himself back on track here in this 7th. Here's his 1-2. It's a breaking pitch fouled away by Downer, and he'll see another one. That one goes up and back behind the grandstands. Ball and 2 strikes as Johnson comes set. Quick look back to second, and his throw home is bounced in the dirt. Hayes will stay at second base. Moss gets to it, but it'll be ball 2. Now a 2-2 pitch. This one hit back off the glove of Johnson. Charging is Alexander. Barehand throw over to first. Not in time as Churchill outstretched for it. It'll be a base hit. And there's runners on the corners for the Night Owls. Johnson nearly made the play with his own glove. That was a rocket right back up the middle toward him. And now Francis Sabero, for the 4th time tonight, looking for his first hit in a Night Owl uniform. 0 of 2 with a walk. Drove in a run at least with a bases-loaded walk it was in the 5th. Now with a runner on third, he can drive in another. No outs. A lot of ways to score Nanaimo's 7th run of the game here. Oh, 1 runner going. Pitch outside. Moss, the throw down to second, is in time. Gets Downer stealing and helps his pitcher out with 1 out. Ball and a strike. And now 1 out in the inning with Johnson facing Severo. He foul tips that one for strike 2. Sabero has spent his entire career with the University of Pikeville so far, a junior. 0 of 6 in his 2 games played as a freshman. Hit .320 in 49 games as a sophomore. And this year, .288. There's a swing and a miss, and he strikes out against Johnson. The first punch out for the number 29 right-hander. It's a second out in the 7th, and now a chance to strand that leadoff double, who's now at third, in Jacob Hayes. The help of the caught stealing and now the punch out has the lone runner at third for Kyler Shojinaga, who drove in a run on his sacrifice fly back in the 5th. Part of a 3-run inning for the Night Owls that gave them the 6-1 lead that they hold. Shojinaga was that 6th run driven in for Nanaimo. He's been on base once via the hit by pitch. Thought about going on the up and in pitch, but laid off of it. Moss thought it was a strike. Looked back at the umpire, and now we'll toss the ball back to his pitcher, who has fallen behind Shojinaga. 2 balls and no strikes. Ryder Florence on deck. Jacob Hayes off of third base, led off this inning with a double. Night Owls now with 6 hits in the contest. That one inside ball 3. So a 3-0 count against the Night Owls second baseman. .3-0 looking for the zone. Goes with the breaking pitch, and it's ball 4. 2 hits and a walk in the inning. Runners on the corners for Nanaimo. Florence 0 of 3 in this game. If he wants to drive and a run, will have to be with 2 outs for Nanaimo. First and third for his Night Owls, as he has struck out, flown out, and ground out. Last year with the Night Owls hit .206 in his 33 games. Back in 2024, played 25 games and hit .167 as a pickoff throw goes back to first, but the base runner is safe. Kenneth Johnson's 2-out pitch is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Florence goes through that one. Another pickoff throw to first, but the base runner still safe. Johnson glancing back at first, set with no balls and a strike on the batter. There was that breaking pitch that is chased once more by Florence, so now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Johnson trying to strand the runner at third and first. Here's his 0-2. It's a breaking pitch on the inside. Moss is going to maybe dial that one up a little bit. He was already headed to the dugout, and it's strike 3. Johnson gets the strikeout, 2 in the inning for a scoreless 7th. We stretch here in Bellingham. It's a 6-1 lead for the Night Owls. When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with Local Industrial Credit Union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service, and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA.
This is Tyler Peschke, and you're listening to Bells Radio. Go Bells.
We go to the 7th here at Joe Martin Field. Bottom of the 7th inning, and a new pitcher for the Night Owls. It's Musa Nonomiya taking over on the mound. Finishes off 2 innings of scoreless ball for Joshua Rigo. He allowed just a walk with no hits issued for him. Had 2 punch-outs across his 2 innings. And passes the baton to Nonomiya. It'll be Moss, Peschke, and Alexander due up for Bellingham here in the bottom of the 7th. 6-1 lead for Nanaimo. Nonomiya on the mound. 3 innings tossed so far across 2 outings for the Night Owls. He has been tagged for 3 hits, 2 walks, and 2 runs for a 6 ERA, a 167 whip. Face the Bells catcher, Dylan Moss. Nonomiya's first appearance was on the road at Ridgefield, tossed 2 scoreless innings. Didn't allow anything. Just a walk issued, but pitched at 2 innings scoreless. Was tagged for 2 runs against the Kelowna Falcons on June 3rd. Dylan Moss with an awkward swing for strike 1. Bells catcher is 0 of 2 in this game. Ground out to the pitcher and a pop-up to the infield. That one misses low for ball 1. So now 1 ball, 1 strike. Out of the bullpen, the third arm is Nonomiya. Starter Cesar Corrales Jr. went 4. Joshua Rigo goes 2 to get us to the 7th here with the Night Owls right-hander. 1-1 breaking pitch missed upstairs. Ball 2 to Moss. 2-1 pitch fouled away by Moss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Six, 7, and 8 hitters here for Bellingham, trying to spark a rally, down by 5. Two ball, 2 strike pitch home to Moss. That one misses for ball 3. Now a full count against the first batter facing Nanaimo out of the bullpen. And a payoff pitch is swung on and hit on the ground by Moss. It's the shortstop, Sabero. His throw in time to Hayes at first. So Moss sat down via the 6-3 ground out, and it brings up Tyler Peschke. Peschke gets strike 1 called against him with 1 out to start his at-bat. Hey, if you're listening to us live and you're not on our YouTube channel, do recommend just going checking out. We're trying out a YouTube live stream now. Bellingham Bells on YouTube. Trying to improve the live experience from home for you fans at home that can't come to the ballpark, and setting up a YouTube live stream, one of the most accessible ways to do that. It's our first game trying it out. Been some bumps. Trying to figure out everything. We're hoping by the end of this 6-game homestand, we've got a nice smooth broadcast for you over there on YouTube. We've been used the last couple of years being with the automated cameras only on the West Coast League Live app. I just thought we wanted to bring something a little bit better to you fans, and our YouTube is an attempt at that. Give us some feedback. Feel free to leave a comment on the video what you think we could do a little bit better. Obviously want to hear from everyone on their opinions, as Peschke hit this one off of his own body part, and he's now down. A lot of pain there for the Bells shortstop. And trainer yet to make a move. It's a foul ball off himself. It's just going to be probably a gnarly bruise for Peschke, who needs a second to breathe. But we appreciate the support wherever you're watching from or listening. Mixler live listening only for a radio format. West Coast League live streaming app, of course, our basic go-to. And right now, the YouTube. Eventually, we would like to get the YouTube just streaming on the West Coast League live streaming app. We've got some hurdles that we've got to get through there to get it up live on the West Coast League live app through YouTube. But for now, if you want to catch the game on YouTube, Bellingham Bells, trying to get this game live in multiple ways to all you fans. So go check it out. Give us a subscribe and tune in for these live streams. We appreciate it. 2-2 from Peschke. It's in play, but another foul ball off himself. So it'll remain a 2-2 count. Two the count on Peschke. 1 out down in the bottom of the 7th. 6-1 lead for the Nightowls. Nanaimo on the mound pitching. Peschke with his 3rd foul ball in a row. Stays in a 2-2 count. Peschke so far 0-2 in this game, has flown out and hit into a double play. Bells have hit into 2 double plays tonight. No one on base right now for Peschke. So we'll see another 2-2 coming from the Nightowls' new right-hander out of the bullpen for his first inning of relief. And it's a breaking pitch dropped in the strike zone. Peschke knew it. As he walks off, it's a strikeout looking. Just the 3rd strikeout for the Nightowls pitching staff, but they've done a good job. Just the 1 run back in the 3rd inning. Nanaimo trying to carry the torch the distance. Or until at least he's pulled for a new arm for Nanaimo. Aspen Alexander is up to the plate. Nanaimo's longest outing is 2 innings. That came against Ridgefield. 6 pitches to get Moss just into double digits now after Peschke, and now Alexander fouling away the first pitch that he sees from Musa Nonomaya. Alexander 0 of 2 in this game. Low strike. It's 0-2 on the Bell's second baseman. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 to Alexander, he lays off. So a ball and a strike now on Alexander. Schaefer on deck. Bell's just 3 hits in this ball game. 2 walks drawn along with that. 5 runners have been on base. 6 if you count the error as well. Here's a 1-2. Alexander off the edge of his bat sends it to right field where Downer will make the play for the third out. It's a 1-2-3 inning pitch by Musa Nonomaya in his first of relief. We go to the 8th. It's 6-1 Nanaimo out in front. Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. Back here in Bellingham for the 8th inning, it's a 6-1 lead for the Nanaimo NightOwls over your Bellingham Bells. We thank you for tuning into the Bells Radio Network, wherever you're listening from, whatever you're listening on. We have a YouTube live stream now. We encourage you to go check that out. Give us a comment. Let us know what you think. We appreciate all the feedback as we try and get a nice little live stream for you fans. So here we go, 8th inning. Bells looking to shut down the NightOwls to just try and get the offense going. It's just been 2 innings of hurt. 3-run frame in the first, 3-run frame in the 5th for Nanaimo to give them that 6-1 lead they hold. Kenneth Johnson is back out onto the mound. He's in relief here in the 8th inning, pitching into what is his 3rd frame. Final out in the 6th, then a scoreless 7th despite 2 hits against him and a walk. He worked it scoreless, and now in a 1-1 count against the bottom of the order hitter Springs, who laces this out to left, but playable for Schaefer to his left, and the left fielder makes the play for the first out. Turns the lineup card over for Nanaimo. Top of the order hitter is Chang, looking for his first hit in the game. He's 0 of 3 with just a walk to his name. First pitch swinging, pops it up. Moss will watch it go out of play for strike 1. Swing and a miss from Chang, and now it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's Johnson's pitch. 0-2. Breaking ball. Does not chase Chang. We got some hungry fans in the outfield hoping we get this burger batter to strike out. Free burgers at Dairy Queen if the leadoff batter in a opposing team's lineup strikes out. So here's a 1-2. He takes called strike 3. The Bells fans will be eating good tonight. There's a punch out. It's a looking one. Bells pitching staff has got themselves 8 punch outs now of the Night Owls. It's the third for Kenneth Johnson, and the second out here in the 8th. 2 up, 2 down to face Talon Zank. Zank, a single hit by pitch and a walk. He has scored 2 runs and has 2 steals. He takes the first pitch for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch turns 2-0 as it misses low and away. Zank initially from Mount Lake Terrace High School here in Washington. 2-0 breaking pitch is ball 3. Away from him, and with speed, you don't want to put him in front of the big sluggers for the Night Owls, Reynolds and Hayes. Three-0. Right down the pipe for strike 1 from Kenneth Johnson. Here's the 3-1 from Johnson. Foul tipped for strike 2, and now a full count. Kenneth Johnson a strike away from a 1-2-3 frame. Forced a fly out, got a strikeout. Now in a 3-2 count as he's battled back against Talon Zank. Now with 2 outs, the Bells right-hander from the first base side of the rubber comes home. Zank hits it on the ground. Shortstop Peschke with his throw in time to Churchill. It's a 1-2-3 frame pitched by Johnson. A scoreless 8th that stays 6-1. Nanaimo still in front of the Bells as they're chasing 5 with 6 outs left.
Hello, this is Tristan Schaefer. You're listening to the Bells Radio. Ring them up.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Bells chasing 5. They're down 6-1 against the Nanaimo Night Owls as Tristan Schaefer leads it off for Bellingham. Schaefer, Schinkel, and Rusko due up here against Musa Nonomiya. After he sat down the Bells 1-2-3 in the 7th in his first relief inning, he'll face the Bells left fielder Schaefer, who is 1 of 2, just 1 of 3 Bells hits tonight off of Schaefer's bat. He also is the only Bell to touch home plate with a run scored back in that 3rd inning when he scored on the error that Matt Churchill put the ball in play on. Takes strike 1 from Nonomiya. That's ball 1 low. Fastball from Nonomiya. Missing away from the right-handed bat of Schaefer, who wears the number 5. Ball on a strike inside. Check swing, and he got the bat. Strike 2. So a foul ball. Unlucky there. Schaefer a bit frustrated. He'll step back into the batter's box. Ball and 2 strikes on him. Nonomiya's pitch is a breaking ball. Schaefer swings through for a strikeout. Nonomiya has his second punch out in just 4 outs and turns the lineup card over to Bo Schinkel. 1 of 3 in this game. His first home game as a Bellingham Bell, wearing the number 4. And he has a single, an error, and a strikeout. That's his first 3 at-bats here at Joe Martin Field. Thought about going, and they'll say he didn't. It's ball 1 to Schinkel. So Schinkel this year with Gonzaga. It was his first, though, after spending his sophomore year at Johnson County Community College. Takes ball 2 low. He began his collegiate career at Kent State University. He's climbed the ladder up to Division I after being the Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference Player of the Year with Johnson County last year. And he's seen 3 straight balls missed to him. Nonomiya yet to surrender a base runner. It's been 7 straight outs by this Night Owls pitching staff. In danger to Schinkel. He takes it down the middle, 3-0, taking all the way for strike 1. Three balls and a strike to the Bells center fielder. Here's a 1-out pitch from the right-hander, Nonomiya. It is ball 4 low, and on 5 pitches, Schinkel heads to first via the walk. His second time on base. And Ty Ruskell will come to the dish after himself drawing 2 walks. Bells got 3 walks to their name, 3 hits, only 1 run though across. Now the speed of Schinkel off of first. 8 of 10 on steals with Gonzaga this year. We've already seen him running in a Bells uniform during the Springfield series. And even today he took second base when he reached on a single. Rusko takes ball 1, so now 5 of the 6 pitches that Nonomiya has thrown here in the 8th have been out of the strike zone. Night Owls do have an arm warming up, potentially for the 9th inning to try and close out this ball game. Nonomiya is trying to get 2 more outs to get there. So he is now missed for ball 2 against Ty Rusko, and Shields, the catcher, will call him out and visit. Springs looking to settle down his right-hander. So after striking out Schaefer, 6 of the last 7 out of the zone against Schinkel and Rusko. One out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bellingham trailing by 5, 6-1, the Night Owls lead. Schinkel a short lead off of first. 34 steals in that sophomore season with Johnson County Community College. Pickoff move as he dives back. In 2025, Schinkel off of first base. He played in the Northwoods League for the Badlands Big Sticks. Had 25 steals then. He's a good runner. But when the pitcher's not finding the strike zone, no need to risk it. So it's 3-0 against Rusko. You got to believe he's just going to be ready to step out of the batter's box once this pitch is even thrown. It's going to look like a statue up there. Taking all the way here with 1 out as the Bells need base runners. And Rusko does just that, taking strike 1. Here's a 3-1 pitch to Rusko. It's outside, and another 5-pitch walk issued. So the Bells got a couple of base runners here on walks. First and second for Matt Churchill. Night Owls bullpen getting ready, but not ready just yet. Nanaimo will have to face Churchill after losing his command through the last two batters. Despite retiring the first in the inning, he's given up back-to-back five-pitch walks, and now the Bell's first baseman, Matt Churchill, is up. Churchill swings at the first pitch he sees, hits it to the third baseman, Florence, who goes to second for one, over to first for two. An inning-ending double play kills the rally. The Bells have now hit into 3 double plays, and it's 6-1. Nanaimo leads as we enter the ninth here at Joe Martin Field.
Hey, it's Silas. You're listening to Bells Radio. Go Bells.
Here in the ninth inning at Joe Martin Field, it's a 6-1 lead for the Nanaimo Night Owls. Here into the ninth, it's Silas Stenerson taking over on the mound. He'll relieve Kenneth Johnson, who finishes 2 1/3 innings of scoreless relief. Johnson faced traffic in the seventh via 2 hits and a walk. Those are the only base runners he allowed over his relief outing, as he had 1 out in the final out of the sixth, and then a scoreless 1-2-3/8, but worked around the traffic in the seventh to go scoreless. 3 punch-outs for Johnson, and now Stenerson on the mound. He missed with ball 1 to Reynolds. It's 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up for the Night Owls. Reynolds, the DH, starts it off. A couple of inside pitches from the Bells' new right-hander, Silas Stenerson. First time we're seeing him at home. He had a road appearance against the Kelowna Falcons on May 31st, and then also on June 6th against the Springfield Drifters. 3 straight inside for 3 straight balls and a 3-0 start against Reynolds. Stenerson has seen just 2 innings of work for the Bells this year. And on 4 pitches, he walks the leadoff man. Walks not necessarily the struggle for Stenerson so far, just 2 in the 2 innings. It's been the hits, 8 hits against him for 10 runs, 9 of those earned, and he's given up 2 bombs to go along with the 2 walks entering this outing, and also 2 hit by pitches. Looking to get back on track, but the leadoff walk, not the best of starts for Stenerson, who's making his first home appearance. And his first pitch is a quick pitch into Jacob Hayes to get himself on the board in the strike count. It's strike 1. Stenerson is a sophomore from Olympic College. Pitched a .352 ERA in 84 1/3 innings this year. He's in a different spot in a Bells uniform, that is coming out of the bullpen. Made 12 starts with Olympic this year. Only one of those appearances of his 13 was out of the bullpen. There's strike 2, now 0-2 against Jacob Hayes. You talk about giving up the long balls so far, 2 of them for Stenerson. This is a guy that can crush you. Although on a cold, windy night like this for a right-handed batter, or the wind's blowing towards right field, those tall outfield walls, it's a tough ballpark to leave. After a miss, it's a ball and 2 strikes on Hayes. No outs and a runner on first via the leadoff walk on 4 pitches. Hayes, 2 hits in this game and a walk. He's been on base all 4 times. He has scored 2 runs. That one pulled, and the runner is going to take off to second base on the wild pitch. Be a quick mound visit from Dylan Moss up to Stenderson after falling from 0-2 to 2-2. Here at Joe Martin Field, what a beautiful sight. If you're not on the YouTube stream, I encourage you to just go take a look for this last inning. Really does the ballpark justice, I feel like, in ways where the other format has not. I feel like you can really soak in how beautiful of a ballpark this is. One of the best in the West Coast League. You got the Seagull Arboretum in the backdrop. And the setting sun out in right field. As it gets dark here as we tick past 9 o'clock. This one on the ground, back to the pitcher. He'll run it back to first. Now the runner taking third. No throw from Churchill, but a good play by Stenderson to retire Hayes via the 1-3 ground out. Davis Downer comes to the plate, 5-spot hitter for the Night Owls in this game. Has 2 singles and a walk, 3 runs driven in of the 6 that Nanaimo has scored, looking to take game 1 of this 3-game series. Interdivision play here with 2 North Division teams. Nanaimo historically has not been ultra competitive in comparison to the status of the Bells the last couple of years, but this Night Owls team, with a win tonight, would move to 7-3. As this is popped up to Rusko at third, towering fly ball, such a tough one for those infielders. And he makes the catch. So 2 outs in the inning as the shortstop Sabero comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3 with a walk, 2 strikeouts, and a run driven in. Sabero, first game as a Night Owl. Hauls from San Jose de Ocoa in the DR. First pitch chopper over the glove of Stenderson. Peschke's throw to first in time, saves a run. And that'll send us to the bottom of the 9th inning. 6-1 the ball game. The Night Owls in front of Bellingham when we return. Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells. Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with local industrial credit union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service, and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
Hey, this is Taylor Davis. You're listening to Bells Radio. Let's get after it.
So, bottom of the 9th we go. It was Taylor Davis making that final play, not Tyler Peschke. Davis came in as a defensive sub in the 9th, and he finished the final out in a scoreless 9th inning. Now can the offense get back 5? It's a tough task. They'll have to do it against a new pitcher for the Nanaimo Night Owls, but it'll be the heart of the order for the Bells. Jake Lyle, Bryce Johnson, and Dylan Moss coming to the plate. Lyle 0 of 3 in this game. Looking to get on base as the DH. First pitch from Tyler Clements is ball 1 on a miss. So Musa Nonomiya is done after 2 innings of relief. Just 2 walks surrendered, no hits given up, no runs, and struck out 2 batters. 4 innings from the starter, Cesar Corrales Jr., 2 from Joshua Rigo, 2 from Musa Nonomiya. Clements with the Night Owls up by 5. Not a save situation, but still trying to lock down a victory. Lyle hits this chopping up the middle. The shortstop Sabero has the play, and that's the first out in the inning.
Now batting for the Bells, number 13, Bryce Johnson.
Bryce Johnson now up. He is 1 of 3 in this game. Clements has made 2 pitching appearances for Nanaimo, and he's working quickly here. Tossing the first pitch to Johnson for ball 1. 3 2/3 tossed for Clements over his 2 appearances. He's a two-way guy, but pitching here. 7 strikeouts for him as an inside pitch rides into the right fielder Johnson for 2 straight misses. He has only walked 1 batter in 3 2/3 innings. He's given up 7 hits and only 1 run. 2-0 finds the strike zone for strike 1 against Bryce Johnson. 2-1, it's a high chopper to Florence. The third baseman has to make a strong throw, and he does just that. That retires Johnson, and now the Night Owls just an out away.
Now batting for the Bells, catcher number 10, Dylan Moss.
Dylan Moss, who's 0 of 3, is the last chance for Bellingham here in the 9th. 6-1, Nanaimo trying to take game 1 of this 3-game set. 6:35 first pitch tomorrow between these 2 teams. Bells will have a second try if they can't get this one as Moss swings through strike 1. Moss taking strike 2. Bells down to their final strike tonight. Clements will have his final out delayed for just 1 more pitch potentially as Moss sprays that one foul down the right side. So 0-2. This one hit on the ground. First baseman Hayes has it himself. He'll take it to first. Unassisted ground out, and Nanaimo takes game 1 of the series here in Bellingham. A 6-1 dominant victory for the Night Owls. And the Bells and Nanaimo will look to go head-to-head tomorrow at a 6:35 start time here at the ballpark. We encourage you to show up here, support your Bells. But if you can't, we appreciate you for tuning into the Bells Radio wherever you're listening. Mixler, on the West Coast League live streaming app, or if you were with us for our little test run, it felt like, here on YouTube. Hopefully tomorrow we've got you a nice smooth stream. We're still working out the kinks, obviously, of it, but doing our best. So we appreciate you guys for sticking with us today wherever you were watching. And tomorrow we'll see if the Bells can bounce back after a 6-1 loss. So the Night Owls improve to 7-3. Bellingham falls to an even 500, 5-5 on the year. Still 2 games left in this 3-game set between these North Division opponents. And we will see you tomorrow. I'll come back in just a moment here. We'll run through all the stats from tonight's game. Check out some of the scores around the West Coast League. And then we'll get you settled home for the night. We appreciate you for tuning in. I was Den Hill. Stick around for a quick post-game show here on the Bells Radio Network. When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
Back here at Joe Martin Field after a 6-1 final, the Nanaimo NightOwls come into Bellingham and take game 1 of the series. Here in a 3-game set, Bell's got a chance to still take the series with 2 more wins over the next 2 days. 6:35 start times tomorrow on the 10th here at Wednesday, and then back at the ballpark Thursday also at 6:35. Then the Bells face a South Division opponent they don't see all too often. Saw them last year in the West Coast League Championship game, but the Portland Pickles are coming to town. You know, everyone loves their trendiness, so if you live in Bellingham and you're a Pickles fan, first off, that's wrong, but hey, come to the ballpark, 4:35 on Friday, 6:35 on Saturday, 1:35 on Sunday to catch those games. Let's look at your stats for tonight. Bell's just 3 hits coming from Bo Schinkel, Bryce Johnson, and Tristan Schaefer. Schinkel added a stolen base and a walk. Ty Rusko walked 3 times. Tristan Schaefer scored a run, and the offense quiet otherwise. The win tonight goes for Joshua Rigo of the Nanaimo NightOwls. 2 innings pitched with 2 strikeouts for him, just a walk, no hits allowed, and no runs. It was just the 1 unearned run charge against Cesar Corrales Jr. in his 4-inning start. NightOwls just walked 4 batters, gave up 3 hits, kept the Bells off the base paths, kept them off the scoreboard. For Nanaimo, Jacob Hayes and Davis Downer, both 2 hits, 2 of 4 in the game. Talon Zink and Ethan Reynolds both went 1 of 3. As the NightOwls tallied 6 hits in this ball game. The loss credited against Lathan Haywood looked really good in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings, but it was those bookending innings that he struggled with. The 1st inning gave up 3 runs, 5th inning gave up 3 runs, 6 earned total against him across 4 1/3 after he hit 3 batters, walked 3 batters, and gave up 4 knocks. He did strike out 5. Bell's staff combined between Haywood and Kenneth Johnson had 8 strikeouts between the forearms that pitched. Braden Blackwell, an inning and a 3rd pitch of scoreless ball. No hits allowed in that stretch. Kenneth Johnson, 2 1/3 scoreless with just 2 hits and a walk allowed in his 7th inning. And then Silas Stenerson worked around a leadoff walk in the 9th inning. Bells fall to 5-5 tomorrow. Take a look at your starting pitchers, probable starting pitchers. This can very well change overnight. We've seen it happen already this year. But Talon McGroarty is scheduled to be the starting pitcher for your Bells tomorrow. Nanaimo should be deploying Jack Schroeder. In the series finales should be J.J. Martinson for Bellingham and Caleb Morrison for Nanaimo. Let's take a look around the West Coast League tonight. We have the 6-1 final here in Bellingham. Another final out in Edmonton. The Riverhawks fell to Victoria via a 4-0 win for the Harbor Cats. Right now in the top of the 8th inning out in Kelowna, the Falcons are leading the Walla Walla Sweets 8-0. In Kamloops, the Northpaws have an 11-8 lead over the Port Angeles Lefties in the top of the 7th. In Wenatchee, the Apple Sox finally at home, and they trail in the bottom of the 8th against the Springfield Drifters 11-6. We have a final that was called via a weather delay final, so they got through 5 innings, but called the game final against the Ridgefield Raptors and the Yakima Valley Pippins. The Raptors took a shortened win 4-1. I want to know how many innings that actually went. Pull up the box score here from Ridgefield. The Raptors getting a win in... Oh, they went the full 9. So a full 9-inning win. For some reason it said that it was rain delayed, but maybe there was a delay in between the game. So it was a full 9-inning win for Ridgefield, 4-1. We have a couple of non-league matchups. Marion and the Berries are taking on the Salem, I don't even know how to pronounce that mascot, Primo Canes. And then you have the Bend Elks blowing out the Portland Rosebuds, 18-1. Tomorrow will be a rematch between the NightOwls and Bells here at 6:35. We thank you for joining us tonight. YouTube live stream for the first time. Hope you enjoyed it. Give us some feedback on it, what you feel about it. And hopefully we can really nail down it for the rest of the 6-game homestand. after these 6 games, you feel like we should be experts at this point, right? We're all learning how to do this, and we're getting it together for you. I think it was a good first step in the right direction tonight. I definitely enjoy it being on YouTube. I think it's a little bit more accessible for everyone. Sometimes it's struggle to get the West Coast League Live app. But however you listen tonight, we appreciate all the support, of course. And we'll see you tomorrow, 6:35 first pitch, 6:20 for the pregame show. I was Zen Hill. Bells fall 6-1 tonight against the Nanaimo NightOwls, but they'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.